Are you telling me you made a time machine out of a DeLorean? What you're about to see is considered safe. Remember that Muppets that I sold? Well, we made another one. Today is going to be the glorious thrift store episode, but we're gonna do a few things first. First on the morning roundup, yes, if you ever watched Land of the Lost, this is a sleeve stack. However, layer shift right as it was about to get done, which is kind of like the worst feeling ever. We are just getting back on the horse and making another one, but yeah, he broke my heart. Over here, we've got the milkshake. Right here, we've been making the ukulele hangers, and we've got enough. Here, we have Marcus Aurelius being all surly, head in the corner. Now here we have that T-Rex head that sold the other day, and it might get done today. And here, of course, we've got the alien wastebasket, along with the tentacles, the Octo. I think we're gonna reset the printers, then we're gonna package some of the stuff we painted, and then we are gonna hit the road. Time to package these guys real quick. Unicorn. Red goldfish. Maybe we should call it a redfish. And of course, the David. And the ukulele hanger. Welp, we got the stuff done that we needed to get done. It is thrift time, baby. We're swinging by to get some coffee, and then it's straight to Lufkin. Oh yeah, this is what we've been planning on. Ironically, the day that I chose to take the trip, it's kind of gloomy and rainy, but I don't even care. Let's get this thing. It's just the way you get coffee. I'm feeling pretty good about this whole thing. We've been working real hard, pretty much not taking any time off. So a good thrift trip, getting a nice early bite on it, that's the stuff. A little midday gratitude. The local Domino's here had a sign up asking for, saying that they need delivery drivers. I don't know why it hit me in particular strongly this time, but I'm glad I don't have to do delivery anymore. It's not even really that I hated doing it. In a lot of ways, it was kind of, you know, for an entry-level job, that's about as good as you're gonna do. You know, I listened to so many audiobooks when I did delivery. I learned so much. I mean, a lot of what I learned about business before actually starting one was from that era. Things come back to me all the time from that, actually. So it's not like I really hated it or anything, but there's just something about, like, one of the places I worked at, it closed at like 4 in the morning, and we would just get out of there so tired. And I got real fat because we had pizza. Anytime they messed up a pizza, of course, they would put it in the back. It was very tasty. I mean, it was great. It was not like a big chain. It was like a more artisan pizza place. So the pizza was fire. I was still homeless at the time, so like I was trying to eat as much pizza as I could, and they would let me take it with me sometimes too. But that did make me very fat. I'm still kind of losing that weight. I mean, I think I topped at like 230, 235, and I'm about a little over 200 now, so I've done pretty well. But yeah, I don't know, just thinking about all that stuff, it kind of came back. I'm just glad I'm not doing that. You know, for whatever struggles and problems you have in life, just remember it could be a lot worse, you know? If you happen to be living the worst moment of your life right now, I sympathize. But there's a good chance that you're not. Just think about those bad times. Think about what you came from. Even if you're not where you want to be in life, you can still get some perspective, you know? Wow, look at those clouds. Hopefully you don't drown. All right, I guess we'll go to the antique store first. Historically, hasn't been the best, but I have gotten some tobacco pipes here, and we did get that vintage hat. I think that was the place. Wow, never seen so many Gary Moore records. Dude, It's the meme. I actually came across it in the wild. I kind of wish I had a record player, because hair of the dog, baby. Wait a second. Oh, that has not aged well. I think I already have this. True story. My flute teacher back in the day knew the guy from the Turtles. They're the ones who wrote Happy Together. Knew him when she lived in San Francisco back in the day. Wow, that is cool. Apparently there's a whole nother side to this place. It's either been here the whole time or it's new. I actually got a better start to the day than I was expecting. Mainly just the cassette tapes, but we got some good ones. Dangerous, Michael Jackson. It's got some good stuff on it. Now this is a fun one. Rock from the 60s. Not all of it's solid gold, but we got Donovan, Mellow Yellow. We got Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Really underrated. Sly and the Family Stone is a nice addition here. Plus we got the Birds. I mean, it's not like the best 60s compilation ever, but it's not bad. Now, at first I was really excited about this one, and then I was only pretty excited. Santana Greatest Hits, but it does not have Black Magic Woman, which is just incomprehensible. That's like an Iron Butterfly Greatest Hits not having In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida. Maybe a better analogy, it'd be like a Led Zeppelin not having Black Dog, but there's still some pretty good stuff on here. Evil Ways, Persuasion, Soul Sacrifice, you gotta have that. Now this one I think I actually had back in the day on cassette. Three Dog Night Greatest Hits. Of course you gotta have Joy to the World, One, Sure As I'm Standing Here. That's an underrated track. And of course like Good Old Fashioned Love Song. Oh yeah, I didn't even check, but we've got Liar and Family of Man. So we're probably gonna pop this in. But that's not a bad start. I was not even really expecting much from this one. Actually, I think we're gonna pop this one in. Let's do it in slow motion.
I should have known you did me farewell. You're gonna be alright. Just need help, girl. We're just saffron. Yellow, quite rightly. They call me Mellow Yellow, quite rightly. Very happy. I'm so glad you came into my life.
First actual thrift store, the Joseph House, the scene of many a good snag. Here's the band my dad was in. Oh. The little gator thing was kind of tempting, but of course, we had to get the shirt. At this point, I have so many modeling shirts for the big products that I don't really need that many, but every once in a while you find one that's so exceptional that it has to be added. All right, we got the first Goodwill. Historically, this hasn't been that good of one, but screw it. Nothing in particular. Boy, that's a lot of rain. Yup, it's really coming down out there. Segunda mano. Not the best. Second Goodwill. Typically this one is quite a bit better. Not the greatest. And we're back to this place. Sometimes we find some pretty good stuff here, not gonna lie. Well, we got some good candles, $1.99. This is a pretty good one right here. Citrus teak wood, $3.99, but that's a pretty nice candle, so that ain't bad. This one's a little weird. A wonderful life, a beautiful life remembered. Some kind of memorial candle, but nice and inexpensive. And of course, you know I had to do it. We got the Dunkin' Donuts thing. How am I not gonna get this? Well, we got our last stop in Huntington, Second Blessings, and it's always the best. Yeah. Dance to the music. Dance to the music. And here we are, Second Blessings.
Oklahoma, Memphis, Tennessee.
The sophistication on the curve.
A little anticlimactic today, but we got some good stuff today. I think the section with the VHSs and the cassettes has been picked through so much, mostly from me. I think I extracted just about everything. Everything good in there. I'll be following you. Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. Alright, I normally don't go to this one, but we got lots of time left. And sometimes they have some interesting stuff. Sometimes they have old board games here. Something I've been looking for years is an original copy of Scrabble, like the original edition. And I think I saw an old one here, but it wasn't like old, so that'd be nice to find. Wow, that's a lot of leprechauns. An old edition of Payday. That's a mood right there. Check this out. It's not an original though. This is Scrabble from 1960. I think it was rebranded in like 48 or something from some previous game. If you guys don't know, I was a tournament level Scrabble player. I maintained a rating in the mid 1600s, which probably puts me in the top couple thousand players on Earth. It's kind of cool, but it's 40 bucks. It's not really something I need, honestly. It's a Tupperware gold mine. Yeah, nothing particularly to write home about, but now we're headed back. All right, we're about back in Knack. 'Cause I'm back in Knack. One last purchase of the day. Steering was getting a little squeaky. Lord, it raining. And it's coming down pretty good out there. Mailman. Well, I think what we're gonna do next with the Serpent, we're gonna paint it gold and then do the eyes black. Let's package a couple things here. Of course, we got the Italian hand. Time to mail the toast to a very grateful, waiting Gratitude Gang member. Well, that was a pretty good day, huh? I kept the cassettes out in the car. It's nice to have some good cassettes in the car. But that was pretty fun. You know, I really didn't spend very much. It was just nice to get out there and mix. Probably will be taking some pictures with some new big items, having some crazy shirts, never a bad thing. Got some good candles. The trip is definitely what I'm grateful for today. I got the guitar wall hanger, the new one, painted gold. We're gonna let it, you know, dry overnight and everything, but we're gonna paint some eyes on it, and then that's gonna be the new product for tomorrow. So we're gonna get at least 3 this week. We'll see if we can get 4. But yeah, let's dive into some Discord. Meg on Discord, join, link below, says, I enjoy the way the fringe of the sea monster moves with the curves. It makes me think you could maybe do some element guitar hangers like water or flames or fire. Could be lit. That's actually really good. Man, I didn't even think of that. That's a very, very on point suggestion, Meg. Imagine like flames that kind of whirl around your guitar. Dang, Meg. I think I need to hire you. It'd be so easy to do too with the colors. Like, I'm already blending colors in ways that sort of look like that. I think that literally might be the next one we do. Wow. Flames. That's a good one. Look guys, Meg is the one to beat, okay? That's a contribution. I will say, we're gonna have to think about like sculpting flames in a way that actually makes them look like flames is a little bit harder than you might think. So it will be a challenge, but I mean, yeah. Flames. That is such a good idea. That's the kind of idea that's like, why didn't I come up with that? Toasty O's on Discord. Like I said, join Discord. We got some really good contributions on here. Toasty O's, I think chains would be a really good guitar holder, especially for electric guitars. This thing is such a beast, I need to keep it chained down. Okay, that's also a pretty good one. I'll definitely write it down as well. The thing I'm wondering is, like, can I make the chains thick enough that it's not gonna be brittle? Like, we could do some of those like boat anchor, you know, big boat anchor chains. It's good though. Especially, here's the thing with the chains, you could put plates that the chains are like attached to so that they would have something substantial to be hooked to the wall with, but that ain't bad. Art Fedderson says, grateful that success comes in many shapes and forms. Properly setting up an analog sensor and a new ID bus coupler today has got me feeling pretty grateful and successful. I love tinkering. Actually, I kind of hate tinkering, but only because I have to do this as a business. Like, tinkering is fun, except when stuff is like relying on you figuring it out. It kind of takes the fun out of it. Izzy B Creations, who's been contributing a lot lately, says, the Sea Monster hanger turned out awesome, but I'm thinking the Hydra will be sick. I think so too. We're gonna finish up the Hydra, then we're doing the flames thing. I'm serious. The thing that's beautiful about the flames is I can kind of make flames any shape I want. I mean, they have to look flamey, but it's very flexible, and that's what you want. Let's read one more. CSI 3D says, sell the fries already. Lol. Somebody's got to buy the fries. Get them off the bench. Man, flames. That knocks me out. So tell me in the comments what you're grateful for. What small moments of levity are you experiencing? What tiny joys in your life nibble at your ankles like an expectant dog? Let me know in the comments. I like to read them. Probably give you a heart, probably give you an upvote. I will see you guys tomorrow. I was gonna say make sure you check out tomorrow's episode, but I don't know why or what I'm going to be doing tomorrow exactly. I guess we're launching the whatever. Watch tomorrow's episode because I'm sure it's gonna be great also. We drop one every single day like clockwork. Peace out, folks.